So I'm practicing better eating habits, and you know,
I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This morning this week I'm juicing.
Are you eating any food?
I'm having 1 meal a day.
Okay.
And my 1 meal a day goes to Daily Harvest.
Oh yeah, I like this service.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of it. So if you've ever been on Instagram and you've seen all those pretty pictures of when people post their smoothies and you can like literally see the ingredients or their acai bowls. Acai?
Acai.
It's a weird word. Anyways, it tastes good. That's probably Daily Harvest that you're looking at. I really like this service because they send me superfoods straight to my door. I get a choice of smoothies, activated breakfast bowls, or what they call nice cream vegan sundaes. I love that because you know what I'm doing right now to like really get rid of my sweet tooth? I'm eating gummy vitamins. And way too many of them.
Can I just tell you, I have more vitamin C in my body right now than I ever had because those damn things just taste so good to suck on. Pause.
Yeah, well, Daily Harvest has basically helped me out with my sweet tooth in a really, really, good way, healthful way. So each single serving size comes ready to blend or heat, and their cups are stored in the freezer, so they're ready whenever you are. And their produce is organic and unrefined and looks as amazing.
And
we
live in a city where everybody wants everything to be organic.
Exactly. Well, that's what you got here with Daily Harvest. They freeze all their ingredients at peak freshness, sealing in their nutritional value, which is what's important.
So, Melyssa, tell everybody how they can get another free giveaway, courtesy of the beautiful people at Hollywood Unlocked.
Okay. Well, if you go to daily-harvest.com and enter the promo code UNLOCKED, you'll get 3 items free off of your first box. That is promo code UNLOCKED for 3 free Daily Harvest cups at daily-harvest.com.
When y'all start losing weight, don't stop thanking us. We need the blessings to keep on coming.
Exactly.
What up, everybody? This is Jason Lee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
And I'm Melyssa Ford, a.k.a. the Curve Queen.
And we have Tonio Skits here because Giovanni has a fucking movie. And so he says. Giovanni Watson.
I know Gio. And what movie he said?
I don't know, but hopefully it's not one that caused him to gain weight. Now, I've never heard of somebody who's had to gain weight for a film and then kept it on just in case they got another movie where they have to gain weight.
Hey, yo, Gio, you need to stop, bro.
But, the viewers right now are going to say, oh, Jason Wynn got another light-skinned nigga with green eyes. But, I mean, listen, we don't have a demographic, people. We call our friends who we know are fucking funny and who are popping. And this motherfucker got so many goddamn followers. I'm just hoping to get a couple 100,000.
And I live 10 minutes away, so...
It was convenience.
That was awesome.
Okay,
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, so Tonio Skits, I met Tonio. First of all, I've seen you on Instagram and on social media all over the place for a long time, but I joined the cast of Wild 'N Out last season. And Tonio, how many seasons were you there before me?
This was my 4th season.
Okay, so yeah, you're a veteran. Actually, he is a veteran because he was on the enemy side when we did this veteran versus rookie show. That was really uncomfortable for me.
It was fun.
It was fun, but I feel like the veterans all showed me love on the show. Like I would walk in the wardrobe and I would see Conceited in clips and I'd be like, yo, I got something for you. And they'd be like, nah. But anyway, yeah, it was my first season with Wild 'N Out. How do you like being on that show?
I love being on that show. It's just the improv, the way the show moves. It helps me with other things. It helps me with stand up. It helped me with a lot of other projects that I had to be prepared for. Wild 'N Out just keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, I will say that I've never done stand up. I've never done improv. I've never rapped in public. I've only sang karaoke, and I don't dance other than a 2-step. That shit was like the most terrifying experience for me going through the preparation of it. But literally, once that door opens and that smoke is there and the audience is clapping and them cameras and lights are on, it's showtime.
It's showtime. And that's the difference between somebody that shows up and shows out. Because my man, like the way you performed was like you were there for a couple seasons. You did your thing.
All right. So do you think? Okay. So
I couldn't do it
as a rookie. Do you think that proved myself?
Yeah, no, I think, but look, from the conversations with other people about you, you know what I'm saying? I know you've proved yourself. People were like, did you hear what Jason did today? I'm like, what? So the idea with Wild 'N Out, and it took me at least 2 seasons to figure out, is to create moments, to create your moment, because Once we're done, it's in the editor's hands, and the editor doesn't know what was happening before that. They don't know anything. All they're gonna use is the vibe of the crowd, the joke, and the impact in that moment you had. So if you can create a moment, without a doubt, you're gonna make it past editing.
Yeah.
And you did that in your first season. You know, you created moments.
Well, let's just say that what I loved about you and a few of the other veterans there, a lot of the people actually, the set is, there's so much love and support. Like everybody really gets along. I mean, you know, people got their thing or whatever, but one thing I did notice watching all of you, because unlike some of the new people, when I wasn't on stage, I was watching, because you can't be good at something if you're not watching people. I think you're the only person that brings like the Latin swag in there, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's number 1. 2, you're funny as shit. And 3, you just have no chill. Like you'll really go there.
I'll go there. What I was doing on the show was, the thing was you have to find your lane. But if you can support a joke, if you can, I had no problem doing that. Sometimes some people, you know, they want to be the star, and you're not going to be a star on Wild 'N Out. It's a team thing.
Yeah.
So my idea was always to, like, you know, just be me, give them what they want, because they, you know, you have to have your niche. I'm the Spanish guy, so I'm going to give you some Spanish jokes, you know what I'm saying, and go all out. And when you came in, I mean, it took you figured it out. You didn't want to accept it, but they told you what your niche was.
Yeah, they told me I was gay and messy. I was like, who the fuck are you talking to? You don't fucking know me. Not gay. Yeah, but I had it for my thing. But I'll tell you, you know, I said this on one of the other shows. I was gonna quit before we started taping, and I called Floyd, and he said, "Are you uncomfortable or are you unhappy? If you're uncomfortable, then stay and fight through it, because it's going to define you. It's going to build new skills. But if you're unhappy, come to Miami, let's hang out." So it was like, that was, for me, it was the uncomfortable part of it, because even like in some of the stuff that you do online with all of the different skits that you have, and you have more success outside of social media and Wild 'N Out, because I saw you post something about HBO.
Yeah, yep. I was able to, I did 2, I hosted 2 stand-up specials, which with HBO Latino, HBO One, and it's all in the HBO family.
Yeah, so now they're trying to tell me go do stand-up. Could you imagine me doing stand-up? What the fuck am I gonna do? Just get up there and just start telling jokes?
Listen. I don't even do stand-up like that. I did Wild 'N Out first, and I would always get people emailing, you know, my manager about, hey, can we have him here? I remember one time a call came in. They wanted me to open up for Kevin Hart. This is before I met Kevin. I'm like, what? I don't do stand up. So I lost that opportunity. I didn't know.
Wait. How do you lose that opportunity? You just didn't want to do it because you were scared?
I don't do stand up. I didn't know how to prepare for it. I'm not going to open up for Kevin Hart and not be prepared.
That's true.
I respected what they do so much. Like, I'm not going to go sit there open for Kevin Hart just because I have a large following. I was just going to do that. So I lost that opportunity, but about 6 months later, Kevin Hart had put a post out looking for creators to put under the Laugh Out Loud network, and I was the first creator that they signed up.
Nice.
I was the first creator of the 15 that they signed. I was the first one signed. You know, got to meet him, and I got to actually direct him in my own sketch.
He's so small.
Yeah, he's short.
Jesus Christ.
I was outside Boa like a couple weeks ago, and I see this little short guy get out of the car. I go, that must be Kevin Hart, and it was. He's so damn tiny, but he's so cool, so successful.
Yeah, man. He gets it. He understands what this is, the social media stuff. I was in Hawaii a month later, directing him in my own sketch to promote his What Now movie, What Now tour movie, and it did amazing.
Well, I won't lie. Would you ever expected me to go and do Wild 'N Out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's the perception that you have of yourself and the perception that your friends have. And one thing that I know about you is when you set your mind to something, nothing gets in your fucking way.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you're gonna do it, and you're gonna commit to it. So I know I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised that you excelled at it either. And I think that you should actually try stand-up.
Well, I won't lie. You know, what motivated me was I heard, and I ain't gonna say no names because I don't like to do that, but I heard a little birdie was around the set thinking that I was gonna fail. I said, well, how dare you? Must not know, because once I do commit to something, I'm gonna go all out. Mm-hmm. I've committed to losing weight, but I'm not all the way there yet. I'm halfway there.
Process.
I'm halfway there. But no, I mean, you know, I had heard somebody thought that I was going to be that I was going to fail, and I had a call with Michael Goldman, and who's one of the EPs on the show, and he called and he was just like, yo, you fucking, like the authenticity part. He was like, you tapped into who you were, you found your thing, and the audience at home is going to react just like the audience there. Because I was trying to, because, you know, I'm nervous too. Like, I want to see, like, you know, how are people going to react? And so my family, they're so excited. They're like, oh my God, I can't wait to see it. I'm like, please don't watch that shit. Please don't watch that shit. Because Thanksgiving
I mean, like,
gonna be
what's
different.
the difference between what you talk about here and what you say on the stage?
Because I talk here and I think nobody listens until I run into them. Like,
Are you
I've
kidding
never
me?
talked to my family about this show.
Oh.
But I know that I see them share it on their pages. I'm like,
Right.
damn, they heard about me sucking dick. But no, we had a good time. But no, I appreciate you, man. Like, you know, making it comfortable for me because I was terrified. The whole time I was filming, I was terrified the entire time.
Well, what I would say is, after talking with everybody on the show and being on there for 4 seasons, you only get better. I don't think there's anyone on the show that's still on the show that didn't get better. So if this was your first season, I could only imagine what's gonna happen. Also, stand up. Because of Wildin' Out, you know, these deals started coming in. This one person in Miami was like, hey, can you host our comedy show? So if you want to dabble into stand-up, host the show first.
Okay.
Because if you host it, you get to go up, hey, blah, blah, blah. You can say a joke or two, then present.
Audience reacts.
Correct.
Okay.
The next comedian. Once you get comfortable with doing that, then you'll be able to go and speak for 4 or 5 minutes. I tried that. I went to Miami. I forgot the name of the place, but I hosted a show. And when I opened up, you know, to present the first comedian, I was talking there for about 6-8 minutes, going off, and the audience was going off. I'm like, I like this.
But was it pre-planned stuff or was it just off the head? Like
It was no. I spoke to another comedian, Rito Brown. He's a stand-up comedian. So we prepared some topics, and on the way over there, there was actually a female pilot on the way to Miami. So I used that in my joke. I'm like, have you ever seen women drive and how they multitask? And we hit turbulence. And I couldn't help but think she was in there doing her makeup while, you know what I'm saying, driving this plane. It went off well. And
I'm shocked that it did.
It did. They loved it. I did it very, very respectfully.
But now when you do stand up, you would never do stand up?
Oh, hell no.
Why?
My brain doesn't work like that.
No?
No, it
You're not.
doesn't.
Are you too cerebral?
I'm too cerebral. Yes, I like to sit down.
Is that? Are you being loquacious?
No, I'm not being loquacious. I'm
She's always
being
goddamn words.
but I like to sit down and I like to, you know, go inside my own head and just have a blunt and just get to writing like that. But I'm not. I don't think I'm funny like that. You know? I'm funny when I'm fucked up.
I took like at least 8 shots before I went on stage.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I won't lie. When you see what I did on Wildin' Out, me and Tim Delgado, I actually bought the biggest bottles of Hennessy that I could find, and we drank all that shit. We drank an entire Magnum-sized bottle of Hennessy before we did this first show.
They took off the Hennessy wrap and put a Wildin' Out sticker on it, and you just seen them on the show.
It was a lot. Okay, so when you do stand up, when one does stand up, because I know there's a lot of funny people out there, do you write the core of the joke and then when the audience reacts, build on it if it's there? Like there's improv that goes into jokes as well, right?
There is improv. The thing that maybe you don't know, I've seen you on stage. You have that sense of what is the word? That I guess the sense of now. You can read your audience. So when doing stand up, yeah, you do write your jokes. You kind of write what you want to talk about. You write the punchline. You sometimes you work. Everyone works different. I was in a room where Kevin was delivering his jokes to other comedians, and just like when I do videos, I come up with a concept. Someone will try to punch it up. Like, hey, how about if you end it this way? You know, I'm in a room and Kevin's spinning jokes, and there's other comedians like, what if you said this? They'll say it again. So it's just you're writing the idea in your head, but the concepts are written down. Yeah, if I pull out my phone, I can show you different concepts I have written down regarding it. But you write the punchline and you work your way to the punchline. It's not a script. You know, if you know what the punchline is, when you're on stage, you're going to get to the punchline.
Damn. There's an art that goes into it because I was even on the show, I was watching Chico Bean, who is an interesting character because he's so off to himself and isolating and in his mind and in the headphones on and really like, you know, thinking and being creative, that like watching him on stage and him and Carlos just improvising.
They're geniuses of their own craft.
Yeah. Yeah, Carlos tried me on a couple jokes. I'm not gonna say no shit today, but he tried me. I was a rookie. At the end of the day, it was me and all these fucking kids. And when we first did our intro, we were going around the room and everybody was introducing themselves. When they got to me, I was like, I'm 40, I'm an alcoholic, I'm gay. You can say whatever the fuck you want, but I'm gonna come for your ass if you come for me. I was still terrified at the point. That was me acting confident until we got on that stage. But yeah, man, I had the most exciting time. And the people that don't know, these people on Wild 'N Out, the work ethic that goes into doing this show is not easy. Like from the moment you get there through hair, makeup, wardrobe, you're just going through, camera blocking rehearsals, and then by the time you know it, you're on stage and there you go. Then you're off stage, you're changing, you're going back on again. The vets.
How many episodes do you guys film in a day? Like,
well, sometimes like we filmed last season, I think it was 22 episodes
in 10 days.
Oh God, that would make me want to vomit.
Some days we have 3 episode days, but mostly are two episodes in there.
And there's 10 days straight through.
And it's so high intensity, like, because it's all laughing and joking, and
but it's
having to come up with material on the fly like that. I would go home exhausted.
I went home exhausted.
Yeah, like I can't feel my face.
And I stayed on the second floor with no elevator. So not only was I carrying myself up the damn steps, but no, it was an experience where I left saying, I text Queen Latifah and said, bitch, I'm ready to be on Star. Because now I feel like I want to try the other things. That's why when I say to you, I really do want to try the skits, or I do want to try to create some content. Who knows where this could go? Because, I look at you have a massive presence online, then you have the stuff with HBO, then you have the stuff with LOL, then you have, Wild 'N Out. Like, you've been able to create your thing. I don't know what my thing is.
You are a thing. The thing about social media, for people that don't know, social media, to be successful at it, you have to have a thing. There's a reason why people follow you. Why do they follow you?
But I only have 118,000. You have like 2 million. How many you have?
2.1 million on Instagram, 2.3 on Facebook.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Still, this doesn't mean anything, because at the end of what you have to focus right now is on your content, what you provide. You have a starting base. Your start base is crazy, and the resource you have, it's insane. So I see you doing something, using your resources that you already have, something people don't have. You just got to put it to work. So I am gonna welcome you to my world. Let's film.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's film, because once you come into my world, you are going. Your ideas are just going to start clicking, and then the resources.
I think it's the starting part, because we talked on the last show with Carl Kanai about being creative. Like, I can create for days. I was on my team meeting. I was in my team meeting yesterday with my team in New York here, and we're all talking about ideas, and it's just like, we've talked about these ideas, people. We need to fucking execute. So on that part, I think it's just like getting in the grind of it and the collaborative part of it. And you're a very welcoming and collaborative person, so it makes it easier to bring the ideas. If you say, okay, we want to do this, well, it's easy for me to get in my phone and start calling people, and I know Joanne the Scammer is about to come back, because he's been taking a hiatus for some time, but I've been talking with his people about like doing something with Joanne, so figuring it out. I just got to execute, but I'm taking the challenge. I want to do it.
Okay, then we're gonna do it. We're gonna get him in a skit,
and we have a concept from Melyssa Ford too. I'll tell you about. I'll tell you a break. Because, Melyssa Ford's ass is infamous. Everybody in prison got it on the wall.
They have no idea. This thing is it's a little bit bigger. It shocks the shit out of me sometimes.
And can I tell you that while we were interviewing the very talented and iconic Jennifer Lewis, your titties were all on the table.
I know, they're yeah. I put on some weight. I'm thick. I'm thicker than I'm thicker than peanut butter that has no oil.
You said that like
it.
you were Gabourey Sidibe. Stop.
No, I said I'm thick.
Gabourey lost weight, by the way.
I know she did. She looks. I love her.
Gabourey.
I do too. We got to get her on the show. She is like my spirit animal.
So funny when
Seriously.
I say stuff, I can feel Kelvin jumping in the background, because we ain't getting that motherfucker on the show. I don't talk shit. I just say what I think at the time. So I apologize if I was offensive.
Okay.
But not really. So, we start this thing off here, people. Before we even get into it, download and subscribe this podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. Share it with a friend. Put it all over your social media. Tell your mother, grandmother, anybody that's in hospice dying, just put headphones on them and tell them to listen to our podcast, because we will give them life.
Where do you come up with this shit?
What's the podcast's name?
Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
Hi.
I just said it.
Hi.
But where do I come up with this shit? I'm a sick motherfucker. And the thing about it is I've accepted the sick shit that goes on in my head. You know, I don't have many friends anymore, and I realized what it is. It's not because of lack of popularity. It's not because of not having bad bitches, because we all know I got that. The problem is that I tend to think and say things that make people feel uncomfortable or that people don't agree with.
Okay.
So I just rather stay at home with Netflix and chill,
And a
chill by
Dominican
myself.
boy.
Nope. Ain't got none of them right now.
I don't believe you.
I don't.
So
You have nobody on the roster right now.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
They're not Dominican. But I am going to
okay.
Dominican.
Just to make
But I
that
am going to Dominican
clarification.
Republic next week, so you know.
Okay.
What part?
Punta Cana, I think.
Punta Cana.
Yeah, that's a good part.
How long you gonna be there for?
4 days. That's as much I could spend anywhere. We went to Japan for 4 days. Mm-hmm. After 2 days, I'm like, I got shit to do.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to relax, but
Yeah, they're gonna. The food is good there. They treat you like kings over there. It's Punta Cana.
but
You've never been before?
never. It's my first
You've been
time.
to Dominican Republic?
Never.
I am shocked.
Never. No, because I
can't.
know what's going to happen. When I get there, I'm not going to want to come back. But I'm going to come back. But I want to go into the city. So I'm like researching like security and all that because I don't trust shit anywhere. I don't know. I ain't going into
Go to the capital. Just go to Santo Domingo.
Santo Domingo. Yeah. But I have to research where all the sexy people at. That's where I'm going to be at. But anyway, let's talk about where we were at this last week. Melyssa?
Well, I am one of the few people that was not in Coachella. I know you're about to go run that down. I had to stay back and work. I did the traffic press junket.
How was that?
Well, I saw the screening, I guess, 2 days before that, and
For people that don't know what Traffic
okay, yeah,
is.
no, I was going to tell them. So Traffic is a movie that's opening on April 20th, 420, for all you stoners. And it's got our friend of the show, Laz Alonso, Omar Epps, Paula Patton is the star and producer, and Rosalind Sanchez. It's written and directed by Dion Taylor, who's a former football player, turned, pretty successful movie director. And great project. I mean, like, it's a good thing it's not opening in the summertime because a lot of people probably wouldn't go see it because it's such heavy material. So it's about domestic sex trafficking. That's basically what it is. So Omar Epps and Paula Patton are a couple in a relationship, and it's her birthday, and he wants to surprise her with this house, rental that was a hookup through his friend, who's Laz Alonso, who plays a complete and total douche. He's even got like the porn stat. He's such an asshole in this movie, but he's a sports agent.
So he did a great job.
He did a great job. So he's a sports agent, so he gets a lot of hookups. So he hooks him up with this gorgeous house out in the middle of nowhere, Sacramento, California.
That's where I'm from. I'm near there. I'm from Stockton.
No, out in the boondocks of
Okay.
it. Like when you see it, it's in the sticks, but it's freaking gorgeous. And after an exchange that they've had at a gas station, where she kind of runs into a girl who looks like she needs a lot of help, but she's not saying something in the bathroom, just kind of stays on her mind. She's a journalist, so she's constantly, inquisitive and stuff like that. Listen, girl ends up on her doorstep, and it goes all the way south after that.
So it's a good movie.
It's really, really good. And you know what? I challenge anybody who watches it to, walk out of there and not feel like, how can I help? What can I do to draw attention to this, to this situation? Because it's happening basically right underneath your nose. The statistics of domestic sex trafficking are like just abominable. It's awful.
Domestic sex trafficking is basically where you're taking young girls and you're moving them around state lines, or what is it?
Yeah, like literally, if you could see something.
But are these girls that volunteer to be trafficked, or are
no
they kidnapped?
woman volunteers to be trafficked.
Excuse me, every bitch at Playhouse is being trafficked
What?
by a baseball player, basketball player.
That's not
Something
not
just
it.
came out on that. The FBI just shut down Backpage because the major source of domestic trafficking was coming from.
Yeah.
Do you know how many niggas I know are unemployed now because of Backpage being taken down?
I mean, I'm sure. It's basically sex trafficking is another form of slavery. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
And a lot of women who are in the sex trade now were brought in way underage. You can't consent to that kind of thing.
So from other countries or
no, here. Like
where
there's people that, like, a lot of kids who are in the foster care.
Okay.
So
they run away.
Yeah.
And then they get kidnapped.
Or they end up just getting, love bombed and pimped out.
Okay.
That sort of thing. But like, you can see something as innocuous as like a big 18-wheeler or a furniture truck going by on the on the
and
highway.
not know it's packed with a bunch of people.
And not know it's packed with a bunch of women
But
who are
do they
being moved.
do boys get trafficked too?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
trafficking is both ways.
Yeah.
But in this movie, it's following the girls that are being trafficked.
Yeah, it's one particular story based on true events. When I talked to Dion, he was basically saying that, in studying to write this movie, the story is dramatic effect, but he basically pulled a lot of stuff from the headlines.
How was I saw the video back from the junket. How you look great, by the way.
Thanks.
How was Paula Patton? Because sometimes with that girl, you never know.
She's enthusiastic.
That's a colorful word.
Yeah, I mean, her hair is like dyed blonde and cut short right
Is she
now.
pretty in person?
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. She got this megawatt smile, this perfect
And
white
she's a nice
teeth.
girl.
Super sweet, super sweet. And she was really, when I talked to Laz about the movie before I'd seen the screening, he was like, she put her foot in this performance, and she did. She was tenacious. She was dope.
One of my
Good movie.
writers met her in New York, and
Yeah.
she was like, she gave her some positive feedback on the movie.
Yeah.
And Paula was like, "Take my number, call me."
Paula's like that. Yeah, she's
Cool.
very sweet. She's gregarious. She's a really nice person.
Well, we just wrote today a story that she's dating a married man. So you didn't get a chance to ask her about that, did you?
I did not. Well, it was written today.
Well, I want to know the traffic on her Instagram
Well,
right now.
hold on one second here. Who's the guy?
I don't know. Some nigga got a wife and stuff. He lived with his wife. He married.
Oh, and we don't know the name, so we're just like spreading a rumor.
No, we're telling what the fuck's going on. I don't know his
Where
name.
did the information come from?
Hollywood Unlocked.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But anyway, shout out to Paula Pat. We'll catch up to you soon, girl.
Yeah.
All right. Did you do anything else? Hiking, something? Because I know you worked out
Yeah,
somewhere.
I did. I'm on a.
What is your goal?
My goal is to wear almost nothing this summer. I want to be
I like
practically. Yeah, I want to be practically naked. I want thighs like thunder thighs.
You know whose page you have to go to, and I know you probably know this girl because she's in your world. Is Bundle of Brittany. Do you know her?
Oh, Bundle Brittany, yeah.
She just followed Hollywood Unlocked. We followed her back. She has an amazing body.
Oh, I know who she is.
Do you?
Yeah, I
Oh.
follow all the cute Instagram fitness models who are actually fitness models and not going to the surgeon's office and being like, I woke up like this. No, she's like she works out. Her workouts are hard.
Yeah, Bundle Brittany.
They're really, really challenging. There's another Brittany one, Brittany Babe. She's another fitness.
I just saw
You
this
know?
Bambi girl in my lobby of my building. Kick her out.
Okay.
I don't know that girl. No, but the thing I love about, I was looking on Instagram, speaking about fitness really quick. I was looking on Instagram the other day, trying to find my source of motivation to get to the gym. I got there anyway. But I saw somebody that we both know. I'm not going to say their name right now because I don't want to put them all the way on blast. But they were talking about their fitness journey. Follow my fitness journey. And I'm like, motherfucker, you ain't got lipo. You don't have it. Your journey was to 90210.
Right.
You don't get to inspire me. Fucked off my whole day because I wanted to go to 90210 but I said, nah, nigga, you gonna inspire people by just doing it the right way. But do you think people who've had work should be trying to inspire other people?
I think it's really subjective based on, who it is and what exactly is it that they had done, because there's some things like, let's just say that there's somebody who's, lost a lot of weight. Like they were 600 pounds and got down to 250 or something like that.
Gastro bypass.
They did a gastro bypass just for the sake of their health. So that's one thing.
Okay, but then you need to talk about why you did that journey.
Right.
Don't say Transformation Tuesday as a means of showing people your body.
How much weight do you think came off at the liposuction doctor's office?
A lot.
Okay.
What's a lot?
Like about, you can't do that much.
25, 30?
Yeah,
20?
yeah. Okay.
That's a lot of fucking weight.
A lot of weight.
If I lose 30 pounds, I can go to H&M.
Right. Okay.
Nigga, you're shopping in a whole different demographic at this point.
Okay. Well,
and the photos, see, this is the other thing. When Oprah lost weight, that bitch pulled out a whole bunch of Chick-fil-A sandwiches and fucking meat packs and shit. She showed you this is what the weight looked like. She just, in her nice little outfit, that's all. These photos were in front of Bentleys they didn't own and houses they didn't own and jets they never
that's
owned.
Instagram.
But that was like, let me take you on my journey and inspire you. But I'm able to look through the lens of clarity. Nigga, that's fake.
right.
So should those people be doing that?
Well,
Because there's people with body images and what do you call it?
body dysmorphic disorder.
No, where like people have body issues or like
body dysmorphic disorder.
Body dysmorphic disorder.
whatever.
It's called.
That shit could fuck with them.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: is sometimes look at pastors and how they like to diddle little boys. Doesn't stop the message that they're trying to convey. Sometimes it's not the message.
Little boys.
We went from fitness to diddling with little boys.
Might as well throw some dicks and sucking and shit in there. Pussy eating too.
Only here on Hollywood Unlocked.
Sometimes it's not about the messenger; it's about the message.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay, well, I skipped right over that message and went to the gym. All right, so Tonio, what you been up to, bro?
Last weekend I was in Puerto Rico, but I want to talk about the weekend before that, since you guys haven't had me here, and since I'm over here filling out, y'all testing me for Geo spots since he might not come back.
Oh, Geo Army, they are about to get you. They about to get you.
Anyways, I want to talk about putting something out there in the universe, and how it works. Okay. And it worked pretty fast for me. Okay. 2 weeks ago, I went on Rosario Dawson's page.
I love her.
I love Rosario.
We all do.
The post is on my page.
No, I actually saw her liking your stuff and commenting on your stuff too.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you how that happened.
Okay.
I went on her page and I just wrote, just putting this out there. I'm gonna work with you one day. I wrote, I'm gonna work with you one day. Just putting it out there for the universe. Mm-hmm. About 10 minutes later, she liked that comment. So I screenshotted that comment, posted it on my page. I'm like, look at the way the universe works. I liked her. I said this, and she replied back, and she followed me. I'm like, great. Now she's going to see my content and see what I'm about. And that, me putting it out there, it'll eventually happen. So the weekend comes, and I was a guest speaker at Harvard. At Harvard, yes.
Wait, nigga, wait. You went to Harvard?
I went to Harvard.
Damn. Okay, can I just be like you? What? I need to clean up my shit. Sorry, God.
So they had this big music conference. They even talked about the designer of FUBU. He was there as well. Mm-hmm. I got to meet Dogchild. What's his name?
Rodney
Jerkins. Mm-hmm. So they just took different people from their craft to speak about entrepreneurship. Like, how did you do it? And that's what it was about, just entrepreneurship. And they brought me there to speak about how I did it and my road to my success, and how what I do bridges into music. So I'm there talking about all the stuff and social media stuff. And then I also mentioned, about, putting stuff out there in the universe. And then as an example, I said, I reached out to Rosario Dawson and just said, hey, we're going to work one day. And she liked my post. And I don't know what's going to come out of this, but all I know is I put myself on that path. As soon as I finish talking, someone stands up in the audience. Hey, yes, how are you? I'm Rosario's mom.
No.
She was in the audience. I have pictures and all.
No.
Yes, I said
at Harvard University.
Yes, she was there.
Listen, if you're listening to this little ass podcast, you can't tell me there ain't a God out here in this world.
Yeah, she stands up. Hi, I'm Rosario's mother, and I look and just the way she sounds, I can tell. And I saw her face. I'm like, that looks like Rosario, and everybody was just like, wow, they saw it happen. So I took a video with her and I DM'd it to Rosario, and she starts laughing. She goes, the universe. I'm like, yeah. So then the guy who put all that together, so he's producing a movie that she's in, and they're going to film some of it in the Dominican Republic.
Nice.
And
I want to be there for that.
When he told me about that, I'm like, he goes, we'll talk. So, I'm there in front of a guy that's producing a movie that Rosario Dawson's in.
Listen, none of this is by chance. I met you on the set of Wild 'N Out. I got the job from sitting here in my mind saying, am I ever going to go back on TV now outside of creating my own shit, because I decided not to go back to the other show. Nick's here. Nick's expected me to be messy and ask him a bunch of messy shit. And I use it as a way of asking him for a bunch of jobs. And I got Wild 'N Out, and so like when I try to tell people, and the people in the comments, and we get thousands of comments where people are like, oh my God, that's so inspiring, whatever. You cannot be successful, and this is somebody sitting there that don't believe in God or don't believe in you cannot be successful if you don't believe there is a higher power in control of the shit that we are living right now.
Yes, sir.
Like, none of this is like, it's all about time, preparation, opportunity, but more importantly, like, you've done the work to pave the way to get to get in that room. Mm-hmm. Another thing Oprah Winfrey said that I thought was so amazing. She said, if you find yourself in a room, you belong there.
Yes.
You find yourself in Harvard, you belong. Like, for me, I can't see myself at Harvard, but one day I might be there. But whenever you get there, you deserve to be there. Exactly. So that's awesome. And that's why I say to people, if you don't believe that there's a higher power in control, even when the times are hard, like I'll go through some hard times and I'll be like, fuck, I know there's a lesson in that somewhere.
Yes, there always is.
It's crazy. Well, that's amazing.
There always is. So that was my weekend. The weekend following up to that, I went to Puerto Rico for 2 reasons. One was to bury my grandmother. She passed while I was on set. I actually had to leave while and out because she was in the hospital and got to say my goodbyes, and she passed shortly after that. Her dying wish was to be buried with her parents, my great-grandparents, and they were buried in Puerto Rico. So we decided to take her last weekend to be buried over there. So we get over there, and it's in Cabo Roja. It's a part of Puerto Rico. It's on the west side of the island. And we get there, my aunt, which is my grandmother's daughter, we have all the paperwork. They told us that we cannot bury her. We're like, why? Because you don't have the rights. There's a next of kin, which would have been my grandmother's sister. But she went missing 30 years ago.
Holy shit.
So what are we supposed to do? We came over here. The family's here. We're all here. We need to bury her. And
how does that work?
Wait, hold on. We're skipping over something major. She went missing 30 years ago? Like what? Like a kidnapping? She just walked out the house for bread and never came back?
She went missing. She just decided not to pick up her phone no more and just started her life somewhere else.
You guys have eyes on her? Like
no,
we know she's some...
We know nothing about her. I never met her.
Wait, but how do y'all know she wasn't kidnapped or something?
From family, from what we understand, there was a wedding happening and she wasn't invited to, and she just told everybody to go fuck off. And it just...
But now she's the next of kin.
She's the next of kin, but my grandmother was 70-something, so her sister was older. So we think she's passed already, but we don't have no proof.
So then how did you guys resolve that?
We can't bury her. We don't have the proper paperwork. And they
Hold on, wait. Okay. We got to be sensitive because we're talking about burying a family member.
Yes.
Was she cremated?
My grandmother was cremated. Yes.
Okay, so you're walking around with an urn.
Her remains.
Correct. We have her remains.
So you literally cannot go to a grave site and say, we want to bury these, and they do it.
Well, initially this was a grave site that was bought years ago, and it was made for 4 people. So my great-grandmother and great-grandfather is there.
Okay.
So there was room for her.
So she was going to be buried next to them.
Correct.
But now that slot is still open.
It's still open.
And they won't let you put the urn in there.
They told us no. And that we have to go to the courts in Puerto Rico and maybe...
But they don't even have no lights in it right now, right?
Now, the lights happened yesterday. I was there.
All the lights are out.
All the lights out. So anyways, so we're there. They told us no. My aunt's there. She's very emotional. My sister's there. I'm there. And I just had this idea. I'm like, can we just go to the grave? There's a big plaque there, whatever. So I went with my family there. So we're just there, and we buried her ourselves.
You dug up the earth.
Yes.
Are you telling a real story?
I have the video if you want to see it.
Wait, hold on. So you dug the hole yourself?
All right. So I have the video right here.
Wow.
We opened it up and we put her in there ourselves.
And so now, what type of trouble are you in?
No trouble. What they gonna do?
They got bigger problems right now. The whole island has no power.
No, I know, but is there a recording now of that burial?
On his
no,
phone?
but we're gonna get a plaque
And put it over that.
and put it on there. Yeah, we're gonna order the plaque because you can do that. They just couldn't open it themselves. We didn't have the rights to get it opened. I mean, what are they gonna say?
Well, listen, God bless you and your family. And Puerto Rico, get your shit together. If a family member is missing for 30 years and they're older than a 70-year-old, chances are they're dead. So sorry about that person, too.
And after that, it was also my girlfriend's birthday. So I invited her family, and we just got to visit the whole island.
Yeah, Puerto Rico is probably one of the most beautiful places I've been.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I love Mexico. I love everywhere I go. Japan was okay, but the slopes, it was too much.
I loved it.
So I went to Coachella. I'm going to keep my Coachella recap as simple as I can and say that I don't give a fuck who goes back to Coachella and performs after this weekend. There will never be another performance like Beyonce. And I'm not even being biased. I actually brought a person that's never seen Beyonce, my cousin Anthony. I said, Anthony, have you ever seen Beyonce? Nah, she's, she cool. She all right. I said, okay. I said, I'm telling you right now, she's going to change your life. She going to change your life. So we run into Winnie Harlow, friend of mine. we actually camp out in front, but they end up coming and moving the entire section in front of the stage because we had the artist bands, which get you like right to the stage. Beyonce built out her fucking stage all the way out in an L shape. And she performed with over 100 people on the stage, literally 100 people band. Everybody's seen it by now. But one thing I will say is that I don't even think in the midst of what was happening, we got what she was doing. Until she said she was the first African-American woman to headline Coachella. And then she said, ain't that a bitch? But the thing about it is, and then she dropped there was an audio clip of DJ Khaled that said, Coachella's been renamed Beachella, Baychella or whatever. She owned that stage. She owned the festival. I don't think there was anything else happening at that moment when she performed. But more importantly, she did it for the culture. And she, Tina Knowles has come out and said that she's, chose to use her platform and her voice for things that elevate humanity.
Beyonce, please check your DMs. My friend King Batch DMs her, writes on her page every day saying, check your DMs.
Well, the Beehive, there's a screen, there's a filter.
Right.
Sorry. I seen Solange, side note, Solange's son, Jules, who people online are cruel to kids. You put kids up there, cruel, they'll say he looks this or whatever. They used to talk about him, whatever. I saw him. He's grown up to be a cute young man. He actually, you gotta let kids grow into themselves. I had big ass ears, big ass feet, whatever. Still got that, but he grew into himself. He has a little homie there. He was like a grown little man on his way to see Migos. But I ran into Solange, and all I could tell her was, "Yo, you just fuck shit up." But ran into a lot of people there. I was on Rihanna watch because I was trying to find Rihanna. Everybody was like, because people, you're in the backstage, so there's rumors like Rihanna's here. So I'm literally walking backstage with my Polaroid camera, looking for Rihanna. This bitch had on a goddamn Gucci mask or some kind of mask.
Oh yeah,
where
you couldn't see it was her. She had a ski mask on.
So people were like, "Yeah, look for Rihanna. She had a mask on." But I'm thinking she got like a little handkerchief on. Yeah. I saw the pictures later. Didn't know she was like a whole production. But shout out to, I ran into Gigi Hadid, Bella, Weeknd, Kendra. I mean, everybody was there. I had the best experience.
Yeah, it looked like it.
More importantly, Beyonce, what she did for the culture was amazing. And shout out to Migos. And I ran into Cardi. Cardi looked great. She actually
paid homage to Left Eye.
Yeah, from TLC
with the hair.
But she also brought out every single person that's featured on her album, except for J Balvin and the other guy. I can't remember. But
that's crazy.
She brought out YG. What's the nigga name? 21 Savage. She brought out Chance the Rapper. She brought out Kalani. Yeah, they were all there.
Bad Bunny?
She didn't bring out Bad Bunny and J Balvin. Those were the two that she didn't. But everybody else that was on her album, she was there. Ran into Amber Rose. Had an interesting conversation. I'll just say this real quick before we get to music.
She looks like she's lost a lot of weight.
She looks great.
Yeah, she does.
So I walked up to her and I said, hey. Where were you during the Me Too movement?
Oh, what was her answer?
Me and Amber had a couple. Well, me and Amber, me and Amber, we like best friends now.
Okay, so what'd she say to that? Because a lot of people are wondering, where was she? She was in love during the Me Too movement.
Nope, she had a really good fucking point.
Go ahead.
I think when Amber talks to me now, I think she thinks she's in an interview because she always has the right answer. Because this bitch is smart.
Go ahead.
She said to me, because I said to her, stop falling in love. Stay focused on your message. She said, it was nothing to do with that. She said, the Me Too movement was started by a black woman and nobody cared until a white woman said something. She was like, so why am I going to jump on that bandwagon like everybody else did? She was like,
well, how about highlight the woman that started the movement and talk about her? Yeah,
because but you know what's crazy? I didn't even know a black woman started that movement until I saw a white Michelle Williams talking about it.
Right.
So when she said that, her answer was very clear. She was like, nobody started talking about that until, she said a black woman started that and nobody started talking about it until a white woman did.
I knew that a black woman did, and she mentioned that when she was here, when she talks about feminism. And there being a distinct difference between white feminism and just feminists in general.
But what I respected about it was that, we work in an industry of bandwagoners.
Yeah.
It's easy to hop on a bandwagon. It's easy to see somebody, these clout chasing motherfuckers. No disrespect to Funk Flex. I posted something the other day on Hollywood Unlocked saying that I thought he was a clout chaser. Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Why we're talking about this beef, I don't know. But here we go. I posted something and then people think that I hate Nicki Minaj. I love Nicki Minaj. But when Nicki Minaj did an interview and said she felt that Nicki was mean to her, Cardi was mean to her, whatever, she was crying and emotional, and she had said that it hurt her feelings when she heard somebody said she rewrote her song after rewrote her verse on Motorsport after she heard Cardi's verse, and she didn't. I got the unreleased track. I got the original track, so I put it out. I'm like, you did change your verse. So people started going off. I say all that to say, I see so many people clout chasing now. Cardi B is the hot girl, so everybody wants to be a Cardi B fan. I was a Cardi B fan when she was fucking doing videos and skits on fucking Instagram because I was like, this bitch got a personality that's just out the gate, just out the world. And so now people are clout chasing her, and now it's become this thing where, you know, friends of Nicki are sending me things. Nicki Minaj got to call me for me to put something out. Don't send your worker bees to come talk to me. If Nicki Minaj ain't calling me, don't send me nothing. Don't send me explanations. So I took this heat. I say all that to say what I respect about Amber was, in an industry that's driven by staying relevant, she could have been a bandwagoner and jumped on that to hijack that platform to make hers bigger. But she chose not to.
Okay. Well, she should say that somewhere because a lot of people were wondering and drew the conclusion that she was basically a hypocrite
And absent. Yeah.
When it most counted.
Yeah.
She should stand up. I would like to see her stand up for herself in that regard rather than stand up for Black China's dick sucking skills, honestly.
I think anything she does, people are going to talk shit regardless.
Well, I mean, listen, she understands that. She's put the bullseye right on her. She said it on the show. She's just like, attack me. I can take it. Go ahead. You know, as long I'm taking it for everybody.
Well, I didn't ask her about 21 Savage, but I did tell her, look, your baby daddy in the gym looking good, got the body right. Y'all clearly still want to fuck. Get back with Wiz. And she said she basically, you know, they have a special relationship, but she didn't give on that they were going to get together. But she was back in full force. She was out there. She's been more active on the gram. She's been more active in her building. But that's my whole thing. Why do y'all give up work or stop working or slow down working when y'all get with a man?
Don't look at me. I don't slow the fuck down. I mean, I have, I guess. One, you get really consumed by him and feeling like you're in love. Two, who knows? Maybe you're with a really demanding, possessive kind of guy. I mean, when I was engaged, my career was, you know, on the up and up. His was on the major downslope, and he made me feel guilty for my success. He made me hate my own success because he was so insecure because of it that whenever we'd be out and there would be like, you know, fans or whatever the case is, and they'd come over when we were having food, it would be an instant fight that I'd have to go home to because people were, you know, celebrating me. And it sucked. It sucked being involved with somebody, you know, that couldn't handle what was going on in my life. But
that's why everybody got to get with somebody they can grind with. Because if you with somebody who don't appreciate your grind, I could tell you the most happiest time in my life where I've been in love and working has been when I've been grinding with somebody together,
right.
You know, and together. And you know, the one thing I did say to Amber, I was just like, you know, girl, stop falling in love, stay focused, you know, because one thing that I have come to know about Amber is she really is a sweetheart. She really does have a heart, and she really does care about people. And I also told her that I really appreciated how she defended her son's choice to love Taylor Swift and how she defended him when people were attacking her and attacking him for basically saying he was gay.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, continue to support your son being who he is and liking what he likes, because at the end of the day, liking Taylor Swift don't make you gay necessarily. But if your child does decide to be gay, I think it would be a disturbing thing if you think it's appropriate to shame him or allow other people to shame him.
Right.
But anyway, that was my thing. Coachella was hot. Migos, I'm telling you right now, they're my favorite hip hop group. They came out there and fucked shit up. Who else was there? Oh, I ran into Diplo. Diplo's coming on the show. Nobody knew it was Diplo, but for some reason I knew it was. He had a whole mask thing going on, but he just had Diplo swag. So I said, so I put out my Coachella cam. I said, nigga, what's up, Diplo? So he took a picture. Ran to Christina Milian and her boyfriend. Asked her to come on the show. The thing that I thought was interesting. Oh, by the way, Tyga and Iggy, they're fucking. Got to put that on the record. They are fucking. They had fucking energy.
Okay, Tiger and Iggy.
Tyga and Iggy Azalea.
Really?
Oh, they're fucking for sure. So Iggy sees me. I go to see Miguel because, you know, I haven't talked to Miguel since he's been famous. And so I went to go see his show. Actually, I did run into him at Puffy House, and I reminded him that I was friends with him before he was famous, but I've reminded him that he doesn't call back. But anyway, whatever, I digress. So I go over there, I see Gigi or whatever, and Iggy walks I see Iggy and Tyga together, but every time I see Tyga, and he was on Wildin' Out with us this season. Every time I see Tyga, he like shrinks in the background or he moves somewhere away from me, but I don't know what that is. So I see Tyga here, and all of a sudden Iggy's right here, and she's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "What's up?" And I said, "So when you coming on the show?" And she was like, "Well, what are you going to ask me?" And I said, "Well, girl, I'm not going to ask you about Tyga because we already posted earlier that y'all were together." But they were there together for sure. The weekend was there. I mean, there was a lot of people there.
I mean, everybody was going to be there for, Beyonce's performance. No one wanted to miss that. I know I didn't, but I was working.
Well, just when I thought I couldn't love Rihanna anymore, I spotted Rihanna front row at Beyonce's concert dancing hysterically. And the fact that somebody at the top of the game can show somebody else who's above her, love.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
I don't really understand. I feel like people tried to pit them against each other, and it just, I never understood why. They are so different from one another as artists, just how they conduct themselves, the way they look. Like
what happens to our culture? Because white people, they can get together and collaborate. Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift, Demi Lovato, they can all be friends and stuff. Our people, it's always that only can be one.
I hate that absolutist kind of attitude that people seem to take, where you can't be a Nicki and a Cardi fan. You can't be a Rihanna and a Beyonce fan. You can't, like, it's just, it's stupid.
I think the Rihanna and Beyonce situation was the whole Jay-Z.
There was rumors that Rihanna was, fucking around with Jay-Z. It's I can't stand that. Being a woman in the industry, it has always been super frustrating, myself and my counterparts, and how you just can't stand next to a guy without people being, oh, they're fucking.
You were
annoying.
You were in the Big Pimpin' video, right?
Yes.
Did Jay-Z try to hit on you?
No.
Ever?
Okay, well, maybe a little bit.
Okay, anyway.
He wasn't with her at the time, people, and he tried to hit on me, and I made it clear that I was there to do a job, which was just be in the video and make your shit look really good, and that's it. Damon Dash came over to me with the champagne bottle. I was like, pour that shit on me. I'm beating you over the motherfucking head with it, okay?
I got a question, though. Jay-Z at the time, and during that video, if nobody would have known, would you have done something with Jay-Z?
No.
You weren't attracted to him.
Because nobody would have known if I did something with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew, and I didn't want to. I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was like serious about him. So, no, it wasn't. And he was respectful, but he had to ask. Yeah. I don't blame him at all for asking.
So you're saying if you didn't have the boyfriend, you probably would have gave Jay-Z a shot?
I mean, there's no way to say right now. There's no, probably not. I made it a point to not shit where I ate. So if I was on a music set, I had no interest in the artists, the fucking entourage. I didn't care about anybody. I just wanted a check. Yeah. And my check was to be a principal or lead girl.
So I didn't stay around for Eminem's performance. I'm not the biggest Eminem fan. I mean, I know he's legendary. And people, but my feet hurt so fucking bad. When you walk around for days and stand up for hours and just don't drink water and you just there.
Beyonce told you to drink water, motherfucker.
She did tell us. She actually sent out instructions for watching her show.
Yes, she did, to the Beehive.
But we had a great time, man. And I had a really good time hanging out with Winnie. I think Winnie's probably one of the most misunderstood people online. When we post her, you get all these comments for people about her. But Wendy's one of the sweetest people that I know. She's sweet, but she had a good time. And there was a lot of great people there. Justin Bieber, ran into Justin Bieber. I was walking through, and I bumped into him, and I went to say excuse me. It was Justin, so I shook his hand and spoke for a quick second. He was with Johnny. I don't know if you know Johnny from Shots. Johnny. They were
I was just in Soul Cycle with Justin.
Yeah. Oh, he's Justin looks happier now than he's ever looked in his life.
Yeah.
But I heard he punched somebody because apparently a guy was like beating up a girl, so he punched the guy.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know. Ain't nothing like smelling like money. And you know what I love? I used to go to Barney's and spend tons of money. I would get all types of shit that had no name on it just because it smelled good. And I know I smelled more expensive than the next nigga, right? Okay, so listen, I discovered scentbird.com. And you know about Scentbird because I turned you onto it. So now you can actually subscribe to a service that sends you designer colognes
and perfumes
for a price that's, affordable. So you can actually smell like money while you save all your money.
I like that.
Don't you like that?
That should be your catchphrase. Exactly.
The reason why I use scentbird.com is because I found myself at Barney's spending like $1,000 on cologne, which is cute when you put it in your little box. But then I have all my little friends who come over crashing, and spraying on my shit. And every time I hear the that's like $60.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I will slit somebody's throat for coming over to my apartment and say, hey, Mel, can I borrow some perfume? And then you spray on some $250 perfume. I'm like, don't touch it, okay?
And my thing is, what makes you think you can smell expensive? When we both walk in the club and I walk by everybody, okay, let me tell you. First of all, if I walk by somebody and they smell me and then you walk by and you smell just like me,
I'm mad.
No, we're fucking. But either way, I just personally feel like you shouldn't come to my house. You shouldn't go through my shit. But now I feel like I can ball on a budget.
Yeah.
So with scentbird.com, I can get all of these different fragrances, and the Gucci's, the Pradas, and this and that. And so when I found that I could do that, I'm like, okay, cool. So I just stock up now. When all my friends come and squirt, I'll be like, yeah, squirt your life away. Not a problem.
Okay, well, that's good that they can squirt.
And
their
you know
lives
all
away.
your friends want to be you. So why don't you just let them go and spray all your shit on them?
Well, now they've got a whole lot more options when they come over to my house because of Scentbird. So, I've been able to get a hold of the new Prada and the new Gucci and the new Kate Spade fragrance. And I've gotten, been able to get a hold of, my old favorites and stuff. So I'm really excited about it. And you guys should be too, because if you log on to scentbird.com.
And that's Scent.
Yeah, we should spell that. Scent. SCENT. Bird. Scentbird.com/unlocked. You will unlock our 50% off code. So it will be $7.50 for your first month.
So let me just translate that for all of you out there that are used to the EBT lifestyle anyway. Look, this $7.50 I have you smelling like Gucci and Prada in these streets. You better go sell a couple. Let me stop.
Exactly. And what I like most about it is it's a travel spray size. It'll last you up to 30 days and it can't be confiscated by TSA. I hate when that happens.
I do too.
Oh my God, I hate when they take my lotion.
Let me tell you what I do when they take my shit at TSA. As soon as I put that expensive bottle up there and they snatch it and say, sir, sorry, this can't go back, I say, bitch, you trying to steal it from me, ain't you?
They do. They take it.
Yeah.
They do. They take it. So anyways, for you guys out there, just log on to scentbird.com /unlocked and you'll be able to unlock our 50% off offer for you.
All righty. Get to smelling good, bitches. Wait, but he's going to chew
the cord.
He's chewing the thing. Okay, ready? All right, so we're back on Hollywood Unlocked. Listen, we've had guns pulled on us. We've had a woman suck a fake dick, and now we have a goat. The only reason why we are deciding to include this whole experience is because we should love thy neighbor as much as we love thy animal.
No, because we couldn't pass this up. There's a goat in the studio today. We need. Hi, Bentley.
So
What's Bentley
I know
chewing
I was just in a country. I was in Australia, and they were trying to get me to eat a fucking kangaroo, and I started thinking like, what are animals that we shouldn't be eating? People eat goats too, right?
Yeah,
people
especially
eat
West
goat.
Indians. Curry goat.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Bentley.
Okay.
I've done it.
So step up. I know we follow you on Hollywood Unlocked. What's your name again?
My name is Kelvin. I go by Code Game Kelv.
So Kelvin, do you know Tonio Skits? I mean, of course you guys are in the same space. You know,
Yes,
he's
sir.
the king of that shit. Okay, so you've like you're the guy that's with all the pets, all the animals. Well, they're not pets. Giraffes, they're not your pets.
Nah.
Okay, so why did you choose animals? I know you had talked earlier, like you got to find
You
your
find
thing.
your niche. He found this niche.
Yeah, I didn't really find my niche. My niche kind of found me. It was like all unintentional. I went viral for feeding deer in my backyard. And
You got backlash for it first. You
Why?
went viral because other people, well, he would feed random a deer, but people started going in the comments saying like, yo, you can't feed him that kind of food. Then he changed it up and started feeding him
What
healthy
were you
stuff.
feeding him? Cheetos?
I fed him powdered donuts.
So people went in on him, and then he
Why?
changed it up and started feeding
people
them
shut
healthy
the fuck
stuff.
up. If some of y'all niggas need to stop eating donuts, so I know I need to stop eating donuts. All right, so where are you from?
I'm from New York and Texas. Like I spent my life living in both, traveling back and forth.
Okay, and so you went and you started feeding deer, and then you started feeding llamas and bull. What else do you feed?
I feed about everything that comes in my backyard or any animal that I feel like I can feed.
Where do you live?
Well, I lived in Pennsylvania, and then now I live in L.A., North Hollywood.
But where do animals come from? How they know to find you?
Not only that, how the fuck did you get a goat in Hollywood? We don't got goats walking down the street. How did you get a goat in Hollywood?
Craigslist.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Really? So y'all went on Craigslist and said, who got a goat? And somebody said, you can borrow my goat.
No, not borrow it. I bought them.
Oh, you bought, so the goat lives with you?
Yeah.
So
I keep him at a ranch because goats, they can't live by themselves.
Right.
They're social animals. So he lives with other goats and horses. Like he lives a good life.
How much do you pay for? How much does a goat cost?
I got him for $350.
Oh, that's a deal.
Sounds like a deal.
Let's go.
Okay, so Tonio, we have to do a skit with the goat and with Kel, right?
Yeah.
I'm with it.
We have to do something. You know, he's getting me in this world.
Yeah, I remember I was at some place that you were at, and then I had left, and somebody told me that you had asked you like, "Yo, Tonio don't fuck with me." It's like I didn't see you. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I just want to let you know, like I fuck with you. I know your shit. I didn't know.
Nah, it's all good, bro. It's not personal.
Yeah, he said it's all good. It's not personal. Wait till I see you in the street. I'm gonna slam this goat on you. Like, nah, we good. It's all love, my dude.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
listen. The only I told this to a motherfucker to try to ruin my day yesterday. The only nigga I got a problem with in these streets is Wells Fargo. That's it. I need more zeros on my account. Them motherfuckers won't just give them to me. Okay, so
Wait, Kel. Okay, so Bentley is really chill. Like, is this a normal goat disposition?
Man, to be honest, I feel like I just got lucky because, like, ever since I got him, well, when I saw him on the ad on Craigslist, I already knew. I was like, damn, that goat deserves to be mine. Like, I already know. And then when I pulled up on him and I actually, like, felt out his actual vibes, I was like, yo, he's actually very chill. And the owner, she was like, yeah, he's our favorite goat. I'm really sad that I'm selling him to you, but...
How old was he when you got him?
I got him, he was 4 weeks or 2 weeks.
Oh, he must have been so cute. I need to see a picture.
Yeah. Oh, you want to see a picture?
I gotta see a picture. I'm a huge animal lover.
Before we get into pictures, because we're on the air, let me just say this. I know you got a lot of kids following you, and I know you don't know the fuckery that you walked into, but I have to ask this question because all my fans are wanting to know.
Oh fuck.
So when you're fucking, does the thing just bite your balls, or are you like, do you have to towel your animals? Because you got llamas, you got cat. You don't have cats. You don't have regular animals.
Nah, there's cats at the crib. We had a dog, passed away earlier this year. R.I.P. my boy Max. But
so when you're having sex, do you have your animals? Are they put up? Do they get to sit in the room? I mean, is there a playpen? Like, because this thing looks like it needs some food or something.
Yeah, nah, his hay is downstairs.
Okay. So when you have alone time, what do you do with your animals? Are they always around?
Nah, they're not always around. You know, sometimes I just live a regular human life, just chilling without animals. I'm not saying that being with animals is not a regular human life, but yeah, I mean, you know,
Okay.
I just live life.
Question: is there any animal that you're afraid of, or anything that you're afraid of in terms of something that's alive? Like a lot of people are afraid of snakes. I love snakes.
Yeah, I don't really like wild snakes just because I wasn't afraid of them at first, but the past like this year I've already gotten bitten twice by snakes. I got bit by an anaconda.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold that thought because this is so I should make this clear. I'm not fucking with wild snakes. I like
You fuck with a couple big snakes in your life.
Yes, I definitely have. Got a few shout outs later on. But anyways, no. But I like trained animals. So I've had to do photo shoots with snakes before with like a 20-foot python and then a boa constrictor. And it was dope. Like I didn't, like animals, even snakes need love too,
Nah, for sure.
But like I would never do a shoot with like a tarantula or something. Like fuck no. Like if it's got 6 legs or more, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Like, yeah, I'm scared of insects.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to know if you were.
So you prefer to play with animals that eat you, or that can eat you?
So how? Okay, so the anaconda, how big was it?
It was like 13 feet.
Size doesn't matter.
Have y'all seen the real Tarzan on Instagram?
Yeah, I follow him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was with him, and like he took me to go catch iguanas one day, and we was like on a little boat.
Hold on. So like my
Hey nigga, what's up? Want to go catch some iguanas?
My homies call me, be like, nigga, you want to hit Warwick? We're like, nah, I'm tired. When your boy calls you and says, do you want to go catch iguanas? I guess that's when you know it's real.
So what happened when you guys were catching iguanas? That's when you ran into the anaconda?
Nah, that was a different time. I don't even know why I got into that, but that's when I found out I was afraid of like snakes and insects and stuff because we was out in the middle of the night with just like little flashlights on our head, like in a little boat in a lake where there's snakes in the water. And he's in there catching the snakes out of the water.
Real Tarzan.
The real Tarzan. Like he's really about that life.
Okay, but this is what I understand. Are you guys doing it for, because like I have Boonk Gang here, and I get a lot of criticism when we have influencers on the show or people who are creative like you on the gram because of that. So Boonk's thing is pulling out the gun and destroying everybody's life. You guys, are you doing the excursions looking for these animals for the sake of getting those funny moments, or is it just like y'all really just like to go out on boats and find iguanas and snakes?
Nah, I really just appreciate wildlife. Like,
I was gonna say, that's why I like the Real Tarzan, and I'm gonna follow you as a result because I really like.
Did you follow Tonio yet?
Yes, mofo. Jesus Lord, have mercy.
What's your Instagram? I just wanna check.
just hold. Can I get my point out? Hold on one second here. I love the fact that pages like yours kind of, raise a little bit more awareness because people can be very closed-minded when it comes to animals like goats or snakes or, lizards, llamas. They just will be like, ew, and why? And it's just like, nah, they're kind. They're animals. Like, I like pages like that kind of educate people on, things that they might not be able, not see just crossing their path on a daily basis. That's dope. That's
So
really
do
dope.
these animals, when they walk up to your guys' car, they look like, have they ever fucked up your car? I mean, they've hit your car, right?
Yeah.
Like what, bulls or what?
it was a longhorn. Like, so, like the cow with the big old horns.
So
like,
they scratched the car?
Yeah, he was scratching the car up. Like ostriches have been pecking at like the window and stuff. And I was like, damn, y'all messing up my mom's car.
And so what do you go back and tell your mom, like, I ran into an ostrich today, your shit's fucked up? Or
You know what? My mom's the best because she's like, well, son, I support everything you do. It's just a car. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope. Like,
Aw, that's
she don't really be
cute.
tripping like that.
Okay, I still have to go back to this. What did it feel like when an anaconda bit you? Did they have teeth?
Yeah, they had teeth. Yeah, they got a whole bunch of teeth.
Because they're animals that like their process of killing somebody is strangling them. Is asphyxiation. So it bit you and it hurt. I'm just trying to prepare myself for anything that could happen.
To be honest, it didn't really hurt like that. I just wanted to get him off me. You know what I mean? Because he was like right here, and then when I found out he bit me, he kind of just like nipped at me, like, "Yo, put me down."
Okay.
And I was just like, "Oh shit!" Like,
And he was
I didn't try to
wild.
overreact.
And he was wild. He just pulled him out the water.
Nah, we pulled him out the water, but he wasn't a wild anaconda. Somebody had him like as a pet.
Oh, Christ Almighty! All right.
I was about to ask. Don't you have to go to the hospital?
No. I didn't go to the hospital or nothing. Like
They're not venomous.
They just cleaned it, but it was like bruised. Like my whole arm was bruised up.
So what type of shots or medication do you have to take before you start running? Because as cute as some animals are, these motherfuckers also be carriers. Like the way I was raised. Well, I was raised in a group home, but the way that I watched other people be raised, you gotta be careful with animals you touch, or whatever. Like, did you have to have this goat? Did you have to get like medication shots, stuff like that? What do you call it? Immunization?
Nah, he gets his shots and stuff, but you don't really need to get shots from like livestock.
Go ahead.
You were raised in a group home?
Oh yeah, I'm a group home kid.
I come from foster home.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my shit was fucked up.
Yeah.
But here I am, and this is why I'm as angelic as I am today because of the foster care system.
That's
that
hilarious.
fucked me up. So all the shit that I did on Wild 'N Out, that was because I was fucked up as a kid with the foster care system.
Yeah.
All right, so do you put your goat on a leash?
I tried it like a couple of times, but he doesn't really like it, so I just let him do his thing.
So when you guys roll up to the radio station, do you just carry the goat in, or do you just let it out the car and let it run up?
Yeah, I just let it out.
Does he kind of like walk beside you?
Yeah, he follows me.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I gotta start running first, and then he starts running after me.
Does he know his name?
Nah, not really.
Does he know not to take a shit right now?
Nah, well, at least he has the common courtesy of like get off me and then take a shit on the floor.
Oh, well, that's cool. That's cool. That's the kind of goat we want.
Yeah.
Melissa's dog was running around the studio pissed right here by me
Why are you telling on me?
because it pissed by me.
Okay, well the carpet is dark. Okay, nobody would have noticed if you hadn't shouted it out.
Well, we're not gonna say nothing. Cole, let him know.
How big does it grow?
This is like
You know
about
how
as
many
big as you can
times
get.
I've heard that? Sorry.
That's it. That's as big as Bentley's gonna get.
Yeah. That's about like he reached his
How old
Full
is
growth
he?
potential.
yes.
How old is he now?
He's 4 months.
Oh, he's 4 months.
Yeah.
Still a baby.
He's probably gonna grow like a little bit more, but like not really like
Hmm.
much bigger than this. But I wanted to loop back around. Like you asked me like what's my goal with it.
Yeah.
So once I went viral, like I just saw it like as a huge blessing. And a lot of people know me for like the Everybody Eats motto because it's something that I said in my videos and people just like caught attention to it. And it was around.
What for those of us that don't know, what does everybody eat?
What does everybody? What is Everybody
that?
Eats?
Yeah.
Well, I started a nonprofit like 2 months after being viral, and it focuses on helping families in need during the holidays. So like we provide meals for families during Thanksgiving and a whole bunch of toys for kids during Christmas.
That's nice.
Yes.
Really nice.
How old are you?
19.
Wow.
Really?
So
Yeah,
where does all this like? I mean, listen, I love positivity because there's a lot of positivity that lives within me too. It just, it's on hiatus right now.
Where does his philanthropic spirit
Where
come
does
from?
all that wanting? Because the one with nature, the one with animals, the giving back, that's all positive. Where does all that come from?
Well, to be honest, bro, like I felt like during high school, like I had it like really rough, but like I was
in terms of
like like living conditions, like well, my mom's her boyfriend had like left her, so we were home alone. So like everything in our house stopped working. Like we had like no heat during the winter and no AC during the summer. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we couldn't eat some days. So, but I worked hard like throughout this whole thing. Like I focused all my efforts in school and swimming and in work, to try to help my mom and try to just like live that positive lifestyle. Cause I didn't want to sell drugs. I didn't want to do any of that. I just wanted to do what I felt was right, at least for my parents. And then I feel like when I went viral, it was just like, damn, like this is crazy. Like I just moved, like getting ready for college, and this happened to me. So I just want to like spread the love to everybody.
That's dope. That's dope. Are you still going to college? Or are you in?
Oh no, I'm not in college anymore though.
No.
Well, now I feel guilty asking a 9-year-old if he let the goat eat his balls while he was fucking. So we're gonna clear that part out real quick.
19, not 9.
I said 19.
No,
you said
sound
9.
It sounded crazy.
The goat is over here
He's
jumping
about
up
to
on
eat
shit.
the
Sorry,
tripod.
I'm trying to make sure he don't eat shit that he's not supposed to eat. Okay, so you moved to LA by yourself. Where's your family at?
My mom is in Florida now, and then my dad is still in Pennsylvania.
And so you're out here on your own
Yes.
at 19.
Yes.
So do you make a lot of money? You guys make a lot. I mean, I know you're making fucking money. You need to hurry up and get me in this shit today. If I didn't have to go interview Khalees, I'd be doing a video.
We're gonna do it.
So how do you guys, I mean, you're like the master of it, so it's something that we all can learn. How do you all master that audience once you built it? Like, how do you monetize it?
Well, there's just different ways to monetize on different platforms. Facebook right now, you're able to monetize within your actual video.
Is that Facebook Watch?
Facebook Watch is it's another platform for Facebook that has episodic type of shows.
Okay.
They have shows,
Like
and
original
that's
content?
monetized. Yeah,
So like what you shoot.
correct.
Okay.
And you can monetize it. You can put ads in between your shows. You can now place.
So it's
them
like
anywhere.
YouTube kind of.
Exactly. Well, YouTube plays it before you actually see the video. Facebook's platform doesn't work that way. So they put it in between your videos. So let's say I have a 3-minute long video. I can edit a commercial after 1 minute and 20 seconds right before, let's say, like a cliffhanger or something. I can design the commercial where I want it to be at.
That goat has some big ass balls. It's so distracting. I can't even. First of all, I think balls are the most disgusting invention in the world. I don't know why God gave us balls, but I digress. Okay, so for people who are sitting at home saying like, when you started Instagram, your Instagram, you weren't starting it. Melyssa, bring your ass back to the goddamn show.
Bentley's over
She
here.
was watching his balls.
He's nibbling on my hand.
She went to see his
woman
balls.
get a little attention. Now the motherfucker over there licking you. He wants some pussy. He figured it out. He's like, yeah, I know where I'm at. Let me look at it. See? Oh,
Hi, Boo Boo.
Yo, he loves girls.
What?
really?
Yeah, I take him on hikes, and he just like he leaves me. He follows all the girls.
Do you get a lot of girls
This
with these
dress is
animals?
expensive. He's eating my dress. Hold on, Bentley. Hold on. This is.
No, eat her shit.
I'm in the right spot.
Eat her fucking dress. That's what she get over there, commandeering that bullshit. Okay,
gonna try
so
to eat my
do you
shoe.
get a lot of girls? You're a 19-year-old, so are you focused on girls? Like, are you girl crazy or are you brand crazy?
My brand crazy?
Brand, like focusing on your brand, your hustle, your brand.
Yeah. I focus on my brand and my hustle, definitely. But
So do you use the animals to get girls?
no, not at all.
You don't?
It's just like
because that would be
kinda
abusive.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing over
He's
there?
trying to eat my dress and my legs.
He's trying to eat your pussy. Let him lick it. It's been a minute.
No, for real. He's trying to eat
Nah,
my dress.
the goat's really going in.
You're really cute though, but he's trying to eat my dress.
The goat's really going
Boy,
in.
he get up there where everybody online right now is cheering the goat on. Get the pussy, get the pussy.
No, this bag is $5,000.
Sorry.
Don't do that.
All right. So for people that are at home trying to figure out how to build like a real business online, like a real brand, how do they do it?
Well, you're going to need more than the show to explain that. I'm actually working with a company in Madrid to put down. We're
Like a
putting
workshop?
a course.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, like a course from A to Z. How we do what we do and how you can become lucrative if this is what you want to do. I actually spoke at FIU last year.
Look at you, just all over.
It's
FIU,
my old
Harvard.
It says it's my old. I graduated. I have a business degree, a bachelor's in business from that school. When I went back to speak, they expressed something that I knew too, is that regarding social media and the monetization of it. There's probably a paragraph in a chapter about what we do. It's still so new. These business schools don't have information on it, so they bring people like me over to speak on it. So it's all new. So now I figured, why don't I just like create a course to teach what this is?
So you have 2.1 million followers on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
And how many followers do you have?
Like 930,000.
Okay, well, I just hit 1 million on Hollywood Unlocked. Let me tell you, people treat you different when you get 1 million followers.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that about?
I don't know what it is.
People calling me, congratulating me, that told me I was never gonna.
It's a milestone. It's a milestone.
Oh well, we getting ready to go ham. Okay, so what is your plans besides what you're doing? So you started out just organically feeding the animals, and now you built it into a brand and a nonprofit and all that, and you're doing your taxes.
Yes.
Oh, that shit sucks,
bro.
Okay.
You're so ahead of the game right now.
Oh, my
At 19
taxes.
and do you don't have all that. That's
Yeah, my
good.
taxes are fucked up. Okay, so now that you're doing all that, like, what are your aspirations for where you're going to take your brand?
Man, I definitely I'm focused. Like I want to get my own TV show. I don't want to
Like
say
Discovery Channel type thing?
Yeah, I don't want to say exactly like what it is because I don't really like doing things unless it's like already done. But
Are you working on a show?
I'm taking meetings right now.
Okay, interesting. I may have a meeting for you, but I'm gonna need that credit though on that check. All right, so
He's not lying.
no, I ain't playing. Oh, I had a meeting yesterday. Yeah, I'll tell you offline.
Cool.
Okay, so and then with your brand, it's so diversified. Where do you take it from? Now, do you develop content online that you could sell at a network or it's a digital company or something like that, or do you have digital partnership with LOL or one of those places?
With my brand, I'm a creator, so I just pitched to Nickelodeon. They wanted to see some
How
more.
you pitch to Nickelodeon when
Let
the
me tell you
fucking
something.
wait? How do you pitch to Nickelodeon when the chairman of Nickelodeon is in our
Look,
circle?
They reached out to me.
Okay.
Oddly enough, like my content is not for Nickelodeon.
Right,
They wanted some edgier stuff. I'm like, okay.
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, yeah. So I went there and pitched the show, and it didn't even dawn at me. I'm like, Nick Cannon. I don't know why it just didn't hit me. I just went and pitched. They loved what I had to offer. They said, "Can you flush out certain things?" And sometimes, if they don't like it, you're not gonna get that call back. They really wanted me to flush it out, so I went back and started working on it and putting a whole Bible together of what this idea was, and then the show called us, hey, we're filming in New York. And then that's when it hit me. I'm like, wait, Nick Cannon. I'm like, let me talk to Nick.
Yeah,
hey, Nick. I mean, he's one of the big chairs over there.
Yeah, he's the chair.
Yeah. And then so I just recently put it all together. I got to go back to Nickelodeon. But you, as a creator, I come up with different concepts for different networks, and I just go in and pitch.
So do you? And I'm trying to see the parallel here because everybody has the different thing. Like me. So one of my things is just to be very candid. Me and Melyssa are both, 40 or over 40. I'm 40. She's 41.
Mm-hmm.
But you
don't look a day over 30.
Oh,
Thank
them titties sit up on their own too. By the way, sometimes I watch
He
the
was
show.
talking about my face.
But sometimes I'm talking about your titties. Sometimes I watch the show and how I talk to Melyssa, and I think like Melissa's revered. Like when so many I've gotten so many niggas because of this show with you. All right, so the creative process. Do you sit down and like you write all your skits? You write all of that. Do you write them in the mind frame of this can be linear on television, this could be digital,
No.
this could live on Instagram, or do you just write?
I write to write, and from there I'm like, oh, this sounds like something that would go on, I don't know, True TV, because I know they're looking for content. As a creator,
But you started on social first.
Yeah, well, no, when I'm writing for.
No, like, so in the creative process, so like when you go home, because like I said, you work all the time. Is the creative, because there's people at home that are listening, that are trying to figure out how to get into your world to 2 million, 2.1, the 930, the million, whatever. Me, my shit is just messy news, celebrity shit, talking shit, funny viral videos, whatever. Not original content all the time other than the show, which does pretty good. But when you're writing the comedy skits, are you writing them out thinking, I'm going to write this for television, I'm going to write this for digital, I'm going to write this for social, or do you just write and create and then let it live somewhere and grow?
Both. When I'm writing for social media stuff, the thing is, writing for social media and writing for television is two different worlds, and you have to do them differently. I don't write for television every day because ain't nobody paying me for that. I do that for fun on the side and then go ahead and pitch. But what I do now is just I write for my social media stuff all the time. Sometimes I'll just stumble on an idea. I'm like, wow, I can turn this into a show. Then I'll rewrite it and package it for television. They're totally different worlds. And right now, what the movement that's going on right now, there's a new network coming out. I don't know if I can talk about it or if you want to. It's called Zeus. And Zeus is like a Netflix, but for short films. So creators like me, we can write for short films all day. You know, it's just a step up from social media. So what they're doing is, look at Instagram right now. There's a lot of nonsense going on. What Zeus is you have a production budget now. You can create your short film in an episodic series or whatnot, and it's subscription based. It's like a third of whatever you would pay for Netflix. But it's creators like me can now step up and move to that next movement where now I can show off what I'm writing. It's more than 1 minute.
I wrote a short. I don't know if it's a short. I wrote an 8 episode thing. I don't even know what the fuck it is, but it's called Awkwardly Social. And the idea is it's behind the scenes of this radio show, but with different celebrities. And the story is great. I'll share it with you, but I want to figure out where that could live, because getting the celebrities is easy. Just call and text and motherfucker.
It's just a matter of now that you have that. So now what you need to do is you have to create a treatment. Yeah. Okay. You know what you seen it? Create that treatment. Sometimes you can go into a network with a treatment alone. You can sell it. Now, you have all these celebrities or whatnot attached to what you're doing. You might be able to do it with just a treatment. You just got to go in and sit down. And then it looks like a VH1. It looks like an MTV. Since you're on Wild 'N Out, now you have to know you have a relationship with MTV. You are a face there, so you can go and you can pitch it to them too. Oh yeah, no, I'm having conversations about ideas I have, but that one I just remembered. I need to get out my email. You're something. Crazy with the resources you got, man. I know, you ain't got to sit in rooms. This is where we're gonna collaborate outside this interview, because my issue is not getting the people is not the problem. It's the execution. But to my point, okay, so she's 41, I'm 40. So when for me, now that I'm 40, I'm just like, well, damn, like you have the 19-year-olds, you have the younger generation who are out there doing it. But then you think of like Just Soul. Is his name Just Soul? Yep. And then you think of Batty Winkle. I don't know Batty Winkle, but Just Soul. You know how Just Soul works, right? No, but like Batty Winkle is like 99,000 years old, and she just had a hip replacement, so shout out to her. But she's like, but she's fucking like doing smearing off campaigns. So my question is, there's people at home wondering, are they too old to get in it? Are they too this to get in it? You just got to find your thing. Yeah, you got to find your thing and you do it. And going back to him being 19 and being in this space that I don't really see nobody else doing what you're doing, to go out and try to sell a show. Remember, you're selling yourself. At the end of the day, when people look at you, they know what they're getting. So if you have this show idea about animals or whatever it is, they're paying for the fact that you already have 900,000 followers or you have 1 million followers. People know your face; they're associated with that brand. So when you go into these rooms, they need to understand what that is. Okay, there's a lot of change going on right now. Netflix, for an example, Batch, he's a creator just like me, and he was on a show called Babysitter. That show before Will Smith came out with his movie, what's it called on Netflix? Oh God, I forget what it was. Well, before that movie, we'll get to it. Right. His show was the most viewed show in Netflix history, and that opened the doors for creators like me for Netflix. Why do you think some of the places like Netflix or whatever don't take some of you serious? Why do you think that? I tell you exactly why. What's his name that you had here with the gun? Boom. Boom. People like him. The thing is, there's a lot of those type of people that come from social media that we are taking the hit for too. I'm a creator. The people don't understand that. Sometimes it'll take me 3-4 hours to film a 1-minute sketch, and the work that goes behind that. But you have all these social media people that come out of nowhere. It's very saturated. Because I could tell you, for us, we've interviewed Floyd Mayweather, we've interviewed Jennifer Lewis, we've had Amber Rose and Cardi B, we've had big celebrities up here, and then we gave Boonk a chance. And the idea, I took a lot of criticism for that. The reason why I chose to give Boonk
the chance was because I had Blame It on Quay and Lala here, who I love personally. I love them. I fuck with them. I don't care who does or doesn't. And then we had a great interview. Then I had Boom. What I thought was, let me bridge the gap, because all of my creative that you'll see, I'll share with you. It's like, how do you bring your world and the celebrity world? How do we all bring one? Because you're a little different though, because you're on TV, you're doing your thing. But I mean, like, you know, you do have the batch who lives across the street from me, who's out there filming all day long, who's on one end of the spectrum. Then you have a Logan Paul and Jake Paul. We can get into whether or not they're accepted more because they're white, but whatever. You know, I'm just trying to understand, like, how do you bridge that gap? Because the Boonk experience for me was, how do I bridge the gap between your world and my world and create some dope shit and give us all the lane, where we talked with Carl and I before about how we lift each other up.
Yeah.
And then he did come in and fuck it up. And our audience was like, don't you ever, she's the Imaginator. She reached on like all day. They were like, don't you ever fucking use your platform to bring these people in. So how do you just separate?
It's about picking the right people.
Yeah.
Just like anything else, there's always that, you know, bad apple. I don't want to say bad apple, but there's always people in certain fields that they're using it for a bad purpose, or they just all these people that you see on World Star that are being promoted to ruin other people's business. Like, how do you go into someone's business and ruin it and just for a video? Those are the kind of people you don't want to be on the show. Mm-hmm. But there are other people that have grown on social media. I don't know, the little white kid.
But then you got Whoa Vicky and this little Asian bitch who's running around. Like, how do we evict them out this space? Like, I feel like this is what we should do. We should we should find an influencer who we can just call hacker, and all they do is just hack all their fucking pages.
Well, let me just put it out there right now. The little 9-year-old, if Instagram was to confirm that she's 9, her page will get deleted.
Oh, sorry for calling her a little bitch. So sorry.
You have to be, I think, over 14 or 16 to have an Instagram page. So I don't know why they haven't done that yet, but.
Where are her parents? Somebody need to slap her little ass. Where'd you get that money from? And why are you, anyway, so 19, I didn't know you were 19. And I think it's amazing that you're as young. I mean, 19, I was fucking, what happened? 19, I had been shot. I had seen my brother, like I had been through some shit. So to be 19 and to be so focused, how do you stay sane in this world? Because like online, you have so much coming at you every day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm blessed to say that a lot of people, like, they say a lot of positive things, like, under my posts and stuff. So, but I try not to, like, read the comments like that, just because, like, I don't want it to really, like, fuck with me and shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, don't.
You know
what
I mean? Like, it's like it can get to you. You know, you got good days and bad days, and life is the yin yang and shit. So.
Yeah, I did an interview with Jennifer where we were talking about, like, I had to unfollow people, and people took it personal. It wasn't really personal. I really felt myself getting overly depressed. I was overwhelmed with all the stuff that was out there.
Yeah, sometimes it get overwhelming.
And that's why I'm looking forward to Wildin' Out, because those people, they leave funny comments, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Love and Hip Hop people, they tell you all types of ways to kill yourself. I still didn't answer my question about Melyssa. So Melyssa has a really good concept. She has one concept that she came up with that we're trying to figure out how to make happen, which will be iconic.
It would be, so we don't want to say it.
No, we're not going to say
now.
that. But how does if she wanted to get in the world of creating content, how does she do that and find her thing?
I can't tell you how to find your thing. That's for you to figure out. What is your thing?
What is my thing?
See, I know what your thing is, but you know, you're iconic. All these girls right now that we know on Instagram that bought their asses, titties, and all the shit they bought. Oh, these bitches are so contoured. You walk by a fucking mirror and the motherfucker is shattered just because it's fake shit is so fake. But she's the original one. So she is like the one that the Drakes and the culture revere as the original Jessica Rabbit because of her body. But on the flip side of that, she's really smart, and there's the anti-perception of what or who she is. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I would get complaints no matter what. People, when I start, spouting off soliloquies and whatnot, people tell me shut the fuck up. Just stand there and look pretty. But then if I post, pictures that are, kind of like seductive and salacious in nature, people will be like, that's all you're good for. It's like,
she did a video.
I would love to see you do not spoken word, but every week teaching everyone a new word and its definition in your bathing suit.
You know what's so funny is I actually thought to do that.
Because what the fuck are they going to say? Oh, you just want to show your body. Bitch, you just learned a new word.
I actually thought to do exactly that.
But see, that's why you're talented. That's what we really have to figure out, because the one thing I will say, I was somewhere, I don't know where I was. Maybe I was on a plane. Maybe I was laid up with some Dominican that don't speak English. Wherever I was. I'll fuck with somebody that don't speak English, because less conversation. Write it down, draw a picture, nigga, point. If you need food, you Postmate, whatever. You know, the thing, I was sitting somewhere and Melyssa was coming out of a pool or something. She was jumping up. Who the fuck just jumps up and down in the pool? Well, she was, because you know her titties were. But it was in slow motion, and we put it on Hollywood Unlocked. And I mean, that motherfucker got picked up everywhere.
It really did.
And she was so proud of herself. And the thing that I thought was funny, she saw them followers go up. Now every goddamn Thursday, that ass is on Instagram. But so that's one thing she could do, right?
Yeah. I learned something is do whatever you got to do to get to your first million. After that, you can change your content to cater to whatever you want. Just get to that million.
Okay.
Man, I've heard everything you can possibly
think. So thought it out, basically.
I told you.
I know you did. I know you. He's always trying to broker my vagina, so it's a regular thing.
No,
over here,
what I told her, I took her to dinner.
He said thought it out for a year.
I took her to dinner on some serious shit, because your friends should care about you enough to do this. Intervene. Like me, my friends intervene when I drink too much. I went to her and I said, I need you to be a hoe for 1 year. Just 1 year. Just 1 year.
I feel like the ship has sailed on that.
No, because she's the most conservative. Anyway, I think if you fed animals in a bikini too, that shit would go viral.
Hey, that'd be so fire. Hey, I could take you to some animal places.
Done deal.
That'd be
Done
so
deal.
fire.
I'm all about that animal life. Sure, I'll put on a bikini and feed a llama. Fuck it.
Yes.
Hey, we'll put some food right in my cleavage.
gosh.
And the llama, here, go ahead.
First of all, you're going to make this young boy come on himself on my show.
Well, listen, I am responsible for raising the
What
gender.
happens if you go to feed the llama and he bites your nipple off? Now you can't come back to the show because you got one nipple. I ain't doing a show with a bitch with one nipple.
Are you? I'll be careful.
Okay,
I promise. I'll
please,
be careful.
promise. All
That'd be
right.
really interesting.
Well, I don't know where this show started, but I know where we are. And yes, people listening, there's a fucking goat somewhere around here.
Oh, Bentley's chilling.
So wait,
He found something to chew on.
What was the deer's name? Who was one of your most popular animals?
Oh, I would say Canela is like the most popular one.
Yeah. And that's
where?
That's a deer.
Canela?
And that's a deer.
She's like the thickest deer like in the United States.
I can't right now.
Can I tell you my?
Does she have an Instagram page?
She does.
Oh, I have to.
Wait, why does
no?
you're not following a fucking goat, fucking deer?
I want to see. What's her Instagram page?
Canela the Savage.
Okay, so let me ask you. It's my first time ever meeting a deer or seeing a deer. My mother, she was on drugs, so I had to go stay with people. I went to Wyoming, and these white people let me come stay with them, which I love white people, by the way. Cole, I fuck with y'all. All right, so I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning and go to the garage because they told me there was candy in the garage. I'm only fucking 7. I open the door. What's hanging in the garage? A fucking deer. They've cut the stomach out. Oh. Grass is still sitting in the fucking deer. The eyeballs are hanging out because I'm sorry for this is graphic, but
we don't like this.
They were hunters.
Right.
Yeah.
That's horrific.
It was life-changing.
It's awful.
But I ate that deer meat because let me tell you something. That shit was so good. What do you think about hunting? You're not a hunter?
To be honest, like I'm not 100% educated on hunting, but I know that some people they say that you gotta have like population control and stuff like that. But I still eat like meat and stuff like that, so I can't really say much.
That's a good
answer.
answer.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't ever like kill.
This is a smart ass 19-year-old. Can I tell you?
Very.
I was a scammer at 19. I was stealing out of Macy's. I mean, I was me and my nigga would fly. We had Tommy Hilfiger everything. Stole all that shit.
Right.
Side note, I digress. I need to go to therapy. So are there any animals you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
Yeah, elephant.
That's interesting.
I want to do an elephant. Well, not do it. That sounded weird, but
yeah. Okay, so elephants. You want to work with?
Would you work with an alligator?
I've already worked with alligators.
Really?
I was in Miami like a couple weeks ago, like feeding alligators.
So do you have life insurance?
I don't.
Boy, if you don't get some life insurance, the man that jumped in the water and the crocodile guy.
Steve Irwin.
Playing with these animals, you better get you some life insurance.
It was a stingray. It was totally accidental. It was random.
That's why he needs insurance. In case shit happens.
Yeah, life insurance. Yeah, it was totally random.
True.
He wasn't even being attacked.
Get you some life insurance.
Yeah, no, what it was is like the tail just flipped up and at the spike went right into his heart.
Boy, you're walking down the street of Hollywood with a goddamn goat. Get some insurance. Somebody gonna think, what the fuck is going on? I wonder how many people call 911 like, yo, there's a nigga with a goat. So what advice, Tonio, do you have for someone like him who's, he's clearly doing this thing. He's young. He's now in the city. By the way, this city is fucking crazy. So just,
How long you been here?
4 months.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, you need to have good people around you because this city is something. This is a motherfucker. Everybody gonna sell you some shit, by the way.
Everybody made it. Everybody in here, everybody made it. So be ready to hear stories about how everybody made it.
They did. And and everybody's a critic. The people it's the people that's gonna tell you what not to do are the people that ain't doing it. That motherfucker called me the other day and like the nigga I told you was telling people how to lose weight and he has plastic surgery. How you gonna get all the fat sucked out of you, but you trying to tell people how to lose weight? That angered me. I'm about to say his name, but I'm not going to.
Stay true to your brand. Understand what you do. I don't know nobody else that does what you do, so you have an upper hand in doing that. And never take the first offer, man. Out here, learn how to say no to certain things. I've said no to something that I needed, and it came back to something bigger. But and the people you hang out with, just choose wisely, because LA is filled with everyone and everything, and people will tell you anything. But you're a new guy here. You're young. You have a good page. You have a great start, and you are where you're supposed to be at.
And my advice to you would be, do what the fuck you want to do. Everybody gonna try to reshape you. Just the other day, somebody told me how this show needs to be on TV, how this show needs to have brands, how this show needs to have this, whatever. But then they started to tell me how to change the show, change this, take this out, rename this. And I started to buy into the conversation. I started saying, yeah, because they started showing me the money. And then I said, no, that ain't what the fuck we built our audience off of. We got to stay true to whoever. There's always going to be times you're going to modify. You come out with merch, there's licensing, all that kind of things, whatever. But I would say stay true, do what the fuck you want to do, and surround yourself by people who have just as much as you to lose. And now that you built the core of your brand, start figuring out what verticals you want. I'm sure you're already thinking merchandise and products and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I saw you. I heard you had a goat here, and we got Tonio here. Tonio is going to make me a star. I'm telling you. Wilding out, y'all gonna see some crazy shit up there. Y'all gonna be like, this nigga so gay. I don't even know how MTV let this nigga get on TV. But I want to diversify my talents because you are all over the place with just speaking at Harvard. Shit, I need to get there.
I never even posted about it.
Well, because you're not a clout chaser, but me, shit, I'm gonna be wearing Harvard. I'm gonna get a cutout of Obama. I'm gonna be all types of shit. Now I was at Harvard, nigga. Yeah. All right, so what do you want people to know about you other than you got a goat? Canella's you left Canella. You just moved and said fuck it, or what?
I go back home every month, like once a week.
Is Canella yours, or is she just in the neighborhood?
Nah, she's in the neighborhood. All the deer are just in the neighborhood.
So just in the wilderness?
Yep, in the wilderness.
How do you recognize her when you see her?
I was just about to ask that question.
I'm sorry.
Well, she just looks different. Like she got a nice fat nose.
I'm not going to do no. We are not going to sexualize a deer.
It's not sexualizing that. I'm just saying.
He said she's a fat nose.
He said she's a thick ass deer. Earlier he referred to the deer as being thick.
He did.
And now he just said she has big fat, the same way they talk about your ass.
The coldest dough in the game.
But I'm telling you, she's just like, I don't know. It's different. Like the deer, like they're just like, I don't know. They're just so crazy how they just walk up to me like.
Wait, the most savage doe you'll ever know.
Yeah.
That's Canella the doe.
Nice.
I spent most of my time eating swell and taking care of my daughter Carmen. Deer Squad OG.
Wait, so do you manage all these pages?
Yeah.
How many followers does she have?
38,600.
This bitch got a third of what I got.
Yeah.
Damn.
After only 18 posts too.
Wow. Thank you, Kel.
Hey, thank y'all for having me.
Okay,
You're
do
welcome.
You follow Hollywood Unlocked?
Nah, I just found out.
What if you don't? But this will never air.
Oh.
So follow it.
We'll follow you, so follow us back.
I got you.
All right, cool.